And make the walls shake.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Unhinged, and this is just a gig guide. Why can I hear an echo already? Welcome to Unhinged, Australia's only show dedicated to the sounds of the underground. If you can hear me loudly and clearly, I want to see those wow faces going nice and quickly across the screen. If you can hear me loudly and clearly, let's see those wow faces going across the screen. If we've never met before, my name is Kaiser. I'm a DJ, founder of the Club Night Rehab, and a host of tonight's program. Tonight's going to be a bit of a... Actually, with me in the studio is Luke's camera's just disappeared. Well, that's great. And that's okay, because Luke isn't even here. It's just me. I don't know why that's done that. Let's move right along. Yeah, so this is going to be a solo edition. Our guest had to pull out rather unexpectedly at the very last minute. And so it's going to be a shortened episode once again, a bit like that one the other week. And if I can take this moment just to actually say something. If you there's a lot of people that want to be on this show. And if you arrange with me to come on the show, can you please just honour your commitment to come? Because that puts a lot of stress on everyone else. So if you're going to do that, make sure you're here. So we're just going to do the gig guide. We're going to have a little chat about some going-ons in the rave scene, which I'm sure will stir the pot a little bit. Worst porno ever. I'm really sorry, Dave. Even if it was a porno, if I'm in it, it would still be the worst one. I promise you. I'm going to try and interact again on the Facebook. We'll see how that goes. So stick around. It could be interesting, or it could just be one of those episodes that suck balls. Either way, I'll tell you what, we're going to go into some ads while I get myself settled, and then we're going to have a look at what's going on in and around Sydney this Friday night. All right, welcome back, and thanks for joining us, Michelle, who's just tuned in, Mark Thompson, what's going on, and Dave. Yes, you can come on my show anytime you like. That's a joke, yeah. You absolutely cannot. Let's get into the gig guide, shall we? Okay, for this Friday, first event we have off the ranks today is a birthday/event. Brisbane promoter, producer, DJ Tanya will be celebrating her 38th birthday at the Slingshot Bar in Fortitude Valley. The event will feature a range of DJs and styles, including yours truly. The event is completely free. If you're in Brisbane on Friday, for sure, come down. Let's have a beer. For our Brisbane listeners, definitely come down. This Friday night, also the Jam Gallery has Playland, the Electro Circus Club night, featuring stage performers, house, techno, and it even has face painting. And who doesn't love face painting? I agree. That kicks off at 9 o'clock. This Friday at Candy's apartment, Chunky Chip headline this Friday's events. The duo, originally from Tasmania, now don't hold that against them, they're still cool people because they're now based in Melbourne. They are actually really entertaining to watch. So if you're out and about in the Cross on Friday night, definitely head down to that. This next event is a little bit left of centre. It's at Home Bar on the Rooftop. Yes, Tanya, you turned 21. Again. Yes, at Home Bar on the Rooftop, I think it's got the top 2 levels of the terrace, is the final event for the year for Promo Dude. This event will feature Bollywood, trap, South Indian beats, and you must register your ticket to gain entry. The links that I'll post up in just a moment, and I'm not just going to post up the links, I'm actually just going to post up the whole script for Friday. You can follow the links in the, and that'll teach you how to register your ticket. I don't know, it didn't make a great deal of sense to me. I think the event's free. I don't fucking know. Hey Carlos, how you going? That's Friday night in a nutshell. After the break, we're going to have a chat about some gossip going on in the rave scene. It's a bit of a doozy, and I'm sure to ruffle a few feathers, and then we'll get into the Saturday component of the gig guide right after this.
In the year 2000, a new phenomenon was born in Amsterdam. the most mind-blowing event the industry had ever seen. Traveled across 5 continents, embraced 34 nations, transformed the biggest stadiums into gigantic nightclubs, and united millions of people in white. First time in Sensation's history, we are bringing a special outdoor festival to Australia. Sensation. Celebrate life. Sydney Olympic Park, November 25th.
Yes, of course. Sensation White. We're going to talk a little bit about that later in the program. We're going to do some unhinged news. What do you think about that, Luke? Oh, yeah, he's still not here. Thanks, Luke. No, in all honesty, I sent Luke home. I told him to have the week off again. He's busy editing recap photos, which I'm looking forward to putting those up. Okay, let's get into the news. And this is going to be a bit of a doozy, because it's been a while since we've had some super juicy gossip within the rave circles. Get the popcorn out. It's, well, I've had the popcorn out for a couple of days now. Earthcore. You thought I was probably going to talk about something else, but I'm not. I'm going to talk about Earthcore. And its associated side parties kicks off tomorrow with their flagship event in Victoria. Of course, also this weekend is Earthcore in the Park, which is the Sydney version of the event. Social media kicked off this week when Coming Soon announced, if I go to my next graphic, because they posted up this post right here, which has caused all sorts of shit. In the lengthy post, which also came with this picture, insinuating basically that Earthcore had been cancelled. Now, obviously it hasn't. Earthcore is going ahead. I know this is not new news to a lot of people. Coming Soon have cited that they have not yet, that they won't be coming to Earthcore because organisers of the event are yet to pay for their performance fee, organise flights for the duo, and I do believe, and don't quote me on this, organise visas for them to be able to play in Australia. If it's not them, I know some of the other DJs have also stated that no visas have been organised for them to come over to play at this super mega event. And for those that don't know much about Earthcore, there's 3 stages. It goes over 4 days. That's pretty epic. But to have someone of the stature of Coming Soon to put a post up like this is pretty epic. It also stated within the post that there was more acts to follow, and they weren't misleading. Sydney's event has already seen a timetable shuffle. The list of performers that have pulled out so far include, and this was only announced today, Dirty Audio with the latest to pull the pin, Outsiders, Fax, Metronome, Martin Vice, Joel Rowdy, Mystic Complex, and that's just to name a few. I think the list now is up to 16 performers have pulled out, or as I've written in my little script here, given Earthcore the bird. Coming Soon's post is now up to, I think, 2,000 comments, with the vast majority not coming to the defense of Earthcore. And they've been very active telling people to share. It's definitely not cancelled. It's not cancelled. They listed up, Earthcore actually put up the set times earlier on today. Earthcore did make a statement in relation to Coming Soon, which actually, where they said they were actually double booked, and they were booked at another event overseas, and that they were in breach of their contract. Coming Soon have, of course, denied this was ever an issue, and they were working with the crew behind Earthcore the whole time. One thing's for sure, Earthcore's reputation is somewhat in tatters once again, as about a decade ago, under similar circumstances, similar things sort of played out, and that's why we didn't see Earthcore for a good 8 or 9 years, I do believe. Unhinged will keep an eye on developments and report back after the event on the weekend and tell you what's what. But yeah, that's our big rave goss, which has been very entertaining to watch on Facebook the last few days. So Earthcore, just to wrap up, he's not cancelled. Still going ahead. Earthcore in the Park for Sydney, still going ahead. It's just maybe not as big as some might have thought. We're going to have a quick break, and we're going to come back with the Saturday edition of the Gig Guide.
Project Zero.
Alright, what did everyone think of my little bit of rave news? Was that exciting? Let's see what people have to say. Does anyone want to say their bit about Earthcore? Who's going to Earthcore? Let's get a show of hands going on across the screen. Or you can comment in the comment section below. It wasn't too bad, I hope. I'm sure I'll get some phone calls in a little bit. Let's move on to the Saturday edition of the Gig Guide. And let's start off with the biggest one. This is Sensation. It's happening this weekend, this Saturday at Spotless Stadium. And Sensation is also going to be... Good to see your face, Caleb. Thanks, Nathan. It would have been good to see Andrew. I mean, not Andrew. Why did I say Andrew? Did he just pop up on the screen there? Luke. It would have been nice to see Luke's face sitting across. If anyone wants to send him a message and give him a bit of a ribbing for not being here, by all means, I will not stop you. Martin's going just for Joff. Jacob's not going at all. You want it? Who do you want to see, Jacob? I'm keen to find out who people were upset is off the lineup. Alright, let's get back into Sensation, which is being put together by Dance Nation. This event is our featured event of the week. Dance Nation is a collaboration between two brands, one being Genesis Events, the crew behind such events as Voodoo, Genesis White, etc. Unhinged doesn't know a great deal about Urban Agent, who is the other half of Dance Nation who are putting on this event. This will be the first event for Dance Nation, and fair to say they have set the bar very high for themselves. Sensation White is an iconic international brand that I think it was in Melbourne. In fact, I know it was in Melbourne. Last time it was here in Australia. The event will be headlined by Deadmau5, Dimitri Vegas, Like Mike, Don Diablo, Freddie Legrand, or Freddie Legrande, if depending on how you want to pronounce that, Gareth Emery, Mr. White, Oliver Helden, Showtech, Sonnery James, and Ryan Macchiano. And there is absolutely no locals. 0 locals on that lineup. And that grinds my gears a little bit. I like it when these big events put on a few locals. Nadine says knockout though. I don't know what that's in relation to. And no, Deadmau5 is definitely not playing at Earthcore, Dave. I'll give Spiro a call and we'll see if we can make that happen. There's still another day. And that's Sensation White. I hope everyone has fun at that. I'm obviously going to be playing up in Brisbane this weekend, so I will be missing Sensation White. Also on Saturday night, Slice and Dice, or it's Slice and Dice time at Candy's apartment this Saturday. The identity of both Slice and Dice is an extremely closely guarded secret. The pair have released tracks on labels such as Ministry of Sound, One Love, and Dim Mac. Things kick off there at 8, so make sure you get in there nice and early. As stated earlier, Earthcore is happening, I promise you. And so is Earthcore in the Park. At the time of this program, the event is 100% going ahead. The 24-hour event in Sydney, which also has camping grounds, a licensed bar, has an adjusted lineup, and at this stage, I'm not sure if set times for this event have been released as yet. There's a few important things to note with Earthcore as opposed to maybe previous years, and this is to both events, I do believe. There is no BYO booze. Your cars will be searched. If you're on the camping section, you can purchase alcohol at the event and take it to the camping area if you so desire. Also on this Saturday, and I had no idea this was going on until about not long ago at all, is... Oh, I've lost my bit. Marquee. Okay, here we go. This is Marquee. It's at the Enemy. The Star City Casino, and is hosting Showtech. Among Don Diablo and Gareth Emery. I can only assume this is a bit of a sideshow from Sensation. Also on this Saturday, and finally for the Gig Guide, is Massive Saturdays presents 5 years of Audio Freaks. The Australian tour wraps up at Massive Saturdays as the hardstyle superstar celebrate, or if you read the Massive description, pint-sized performer who has a big heart. This is a celebration of the 5 years that he's given the hard dance scene. This is going to be one hectic night. If I happen to come back to Sydney from Tanya's event, I will see you there at Massive Saturdays. That's it for Saturday. When we come back after this break, we're going to have a quick chat about rehab and the things going on and just been announced, and maybe give you a little bit of a... What's with all the sad reacts? Who the fuck's doing that? Sad reacts? Oh dear. Alright, we're going to do this ad. And then we're going to tell you a little bit about what's going on with rehab / Unhinged.
Here we stand, protecting our secrets, waiting for things to come.
Well, that had been a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. Dave PSI versus JTS at Massive. Is that actually happening? That'd be pretty cool. What else we got going on here? Dave PSI says he's excited for rehab in Melbourne. Dave, go fuck yourself. Oh yeah, Technical's playing at that, isn't he? Isn't he? Good on you, Elf. Let's talk about a better rehab, shall we? So, rehab is, save the date, it is the 19th of January next year. It's going to be our first event of the year. We're kicking things off a little bit different. This is going to be a free party. It is, here's your first piece of information, it is going to be at Candy's apartment. I don't know if it's going to be 2 rooms or 1 room. I'm definitely not doing Kaiser versus anybody this time, because I wouldn't mind seeing what the hell goes on in the main room. And I think I might put myself on there. Myself and the rehab team have been pretty busy discussing what we're going to do. When I put my post up the other day about the possibility of doing a free party, I actually was inundated with messages, inboxes, comments on the post. I think I've got a list of about 45 or 50 DJs that want to play, which is very exciting. And don't be offended if I didn't reply to you. I don't know what to say to everybody. It's really cool. And we're going to have a chat and see what's going on with it. Yes, D, you can come. Woohoo. Henry versus Goon. I don't think that's a very good DJ setup at all, Nicholas. Do it. So, it's going to be a rehab / unhinged party. And what that means for everybody is I'm opening up the genres. Hardstyle is going to be okay. Gabba, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's anything. Trap music even. Yeah, someone knows what that's for. I'm also going to... I just lost my train of thought. Something cool's going to happen though. Take my word for it. But yeah, definitely come down, check it out. We're going to be posting heaps more soon. I'll put a link to the event page. Actually, I want to do it right now. There is a link to the event page. Make sure you jump on there and hit going. I'm going to be doing all sorts of really cool shit. So that is the gig guide. I'm not going to do a mix because I haven't even set the decks up. That is pretty much the show. I just wanted to come on and tell you what's going on in and around Sydney. I'm just going to open up the floor to anyone who wants to have a chat. It's really quiet in here when you're by yourself. I really wish Luke was here. Can someone tag Luke in this? Yes, Tanya's 21 again. JTS invented drunk style. He totally did. That is actually pretty funny. That's all I got for the show. Thanks for tuning in. Next week, we're probably going to have a guest. Hopefully. With any luck. RB for Trap, says Maddie. I'll have a think about it. To be truly honest, I am somewhat losing interest in going to any raves. Nicholas, you need to get rid of that attitude. That attitude is terrible. What you got to do is change your attitude about the rave. Because I'm pretty sure I seen you have a blast at Rehab on Friday. Rehab at Rehab. All right, Dave. I don't know what that is. Anyway, I'm gonna have a read through your comments. I clearly haven't kept up with them. There's just way too many going on. Hey, you want to come on the show? Hit me with an inbox. And that's all I got. I've really got nothing. That's all I've got for the show. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye-byes. See you later. Who wants a shout out? Well, I've just got the credits going. Who needs to move back to Sydney? Tanya does. I totally agree. So should Larissa. Oh, by the way, it's Stave's 21st birthday tomorrow. If you're watching Stave, I think he's going to watch the replay. He's got something on. Happy birthday, Stave. Make sure everyone posts on his wall. Matt Filton, shout out for you, brother. That's all I've got, guys. Thanks for tuning in. See you all next week. Steve Hill Sasha's more than welcome to come onto the show. She should send me an inbox. That way I know it's genuinely her. Hey, Ree. Shout out to you, mate. Yes, embarrassing pics for Stave can be posted everywhere on Facebook, and I'll promote them on the Rehab page. All right, adios.